Welcome to Passion of the Soul with me, Ellena Lieberman, the new power hour for your consciousness. This is the space where you awaken to your authentic potential, the truth of who you really are. Here, we open the mind and heart and tune into the essence of the soul, the force that fuels your entire being and invites miracles into your life. Each episode inspires you to respond to the layers of potential within you and bring your unique legacy into the world. As you listen and watch, you'll discover that you can be the answer to your own quest. Get ready to tune into your innermost voice and live in alignment with your highest truth. Passion of the Soul starts now. Hello, everyone. I'm Ellena Lieberman, and you are listening to Passion of the Soul on Transformation Talk Radio. Stay with us for the next hour and let us help you experience the new power hour for your consciousness each first and third Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we will have some of the most brilliant creators, artists, healers, authors, and visionaries who have walked miraculous journeys right here, inspiring you. And tonight, we're going to meet Roni Reisler, visionary artist who creates specialized mandalas, rich with color, symbols, and fine detail that she receives through the Akashic Records. Feel the intense energy and the vibrations that uplift and inspire on deeply personal levels. Each piece is more than art. It's a reflection of the universal beauty in all of us. Experience wholeness and healing of Roni's Mandala of the Soul, merging diversity into one powerful force that lets us know who we truly are. She will be discussing Mandala of the Soul, the portal where spirit merges with our human reality. Let's welcome Roni Reisler to Passion of the Soul. Hello, Roni.
Hi, Ellena. I am absolutely thrilled and delighted to be here tonight to join you. Thank you so much.
Well, let's begin by asking this really basic question. What exactly is sacred art, and why is the mandala a powerful expression of this form?
Sacred art is known through many cultures and frequently is used for the purpose of a higher consciousness and enlightenment, a transformation of one's own inner luminosity. So it can take the form in many things. Sometimes it's plants, sometimes it's certain animals, sometimes it's designs. The mandala is a circle that the first word of mandala, manda, means circle. And most peoples and cultures are familiar with the fact that the circle is a very basic form of existence. And so the circle becomes a portal of energy, of symbol, of frequency, of sound current, and of waves of acknowledgement. So when one is viewing a mandala or when one is viewing a medicine wheel, for example, one is reaching out and bringing in the possibility of higher frequency and expanded spirit.
Well, how can someone become empowered by this and feel the wholeness?
Well, the ritual of the mandala, particularly in the Buddhist and Hindu tradition, and the mandala shows up in many traditions, incidentally, is that the adept or the seeker focuses on the mandala itself, the center of it, where the light or the deity may be present. And then as it radiates out, the symbols and the colors are beginning to merge with that center core of light so that the seeker or one who is viewing the mandala is being led into realizations.
Well, you may notice that I say mandala and Roni says mandala. These are two pronunciations that we have heard Hindu people use, so it does vary. But let's begin with Roni's journey, which is kind of funny. We both learned the Akashic Records from Mary Parker, and we were in a retreat in Lake Whitney, Texas. We were doing processes in this summer house. But Roni wasn't doing the processes. She was drawing. So Mary went over to her and said, you know what? You just go ahead and do this. So go ahead and describe what Mary did, Roni.
Well, I had been wondering about mandalas because I was familiar with them because we both, my sister and I, were exposed to Asian art from a very early age. And I knew that it had something to do with spirit because of the symbols in it, but I wasn't sure whether it could be integrated with using the Akashic Records, which we were studying. So I was experimenting a little bit and I asked Mary, I said, you know, I'm thinking about this. Do you think that I could do it? It would be all right. And she went over to a table that was next to a chair, a little side table, opened the drawer, took out some stationery, some paper, a couple of pens, and a few Sharpie felt tip pens, and slapped them down on the table. And she said, do it. And
I just want to tell the audience that I am Roni's sister. That's why she's referring to. Nobody knows that. Okay, so we were there together. But Roni, you took a very interesting journey when you went to the Mount Madonna Center actually to study with Dr. Judith Cornell. Would you describe that, please?
Well, once I realized that it seemed that the universe was opening up for me to take this on as a journey, a mission, I was called to it. Somehow or other, I came across Dr. Judith Cornell's book, and I'm not exactly remembering how that was, but the book itself was just a gorgeous book, filled with wonderful work of all her students who had drawn and attended her teachings with mandalas. So I looked it up, and on the back of the book, it said that she frequently offered workshops at the Mount Madonna Center, which is an ashram, and it was in California. And I was at that time in Chicago, and I felt so strongly about it that I did not hesitate. I called the center, I checked the schedule, I booked a plane, I booked arrangements for transportation from the airport to the center because the center was up on the side of a mountain. There was no public transportation to go there. And I just did it. I didn't even question it. And the Mount Madonna Center is a very beautiful ashram, and it's been there for some time, and I think it still is. It was a 6-day long retreat. And the room we were working in had floor-to-ceiling glass windows looking outward as the sun rose. On one side, you could see the ocean, and on the other side, you could see the Santa Cruz Mountains. And we faced those windows as we did yoga. So we walked in, took a vow of silence, did the yoga, went to have breakfast, came back, and not until the pencil touched the paper did we speak.
Well, we're going to have to take a little break now, but when we come back, we are going to show an absolutely magnificent mandala. Our first one will be Abundance and Prosperity. But Roni, can you just tell us where someone could go to purchase one of these mandalas?
Yes, my mandalas right now are being shown in a TikTok shop, which is tiktok.com / @ mandala of the soul. And you can email me at Roni, R-O-N-I, at mandalaofthesoul.studio.
And you can reach me for an Akashic Record consultation, $50 off for the new people first listening at dynamicmanifestation.com/connect. And just connect with me. And our level 1 class will be February 28th and 29th. You're listening to Passion of the Soul with Ellena Lieberman. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will explore more about the fascinating subject of Mandala of the Soul. Stay tuned and come back to see us.
Tired of feeling exhausted as a parent? I would love to help you with a new vision for yourself that is focused on intentional wellness parenting. My name is Roni Reisler, and I have over 40 years experience with complex cancer patients. I offer consultations, coaching, and educational programs for parents who want to boost their health and reduce risk of disease, especially cancer. For more information, go to ronireisler.com.
Are you ready to listen to your soul? Discover the power of pausing and turning in on Our Soul Whisper with Kathy Belmont and Dr. Pat. This sacred show offers a safe space for self-discovery, healing, and soulful transformation. Let your inner voice rise, be heard, and gently guided into expression. Tune in every first and third Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio. Subscribe now so you never miss the whisper meant just for you. Visit OurSoulWhisper.com.
Rethinking your purpose in life? Become a certified hypnotherapist and regressionist today. Bryn Blankenship is a renowned certified master hypnotherapist, international instructor, and author. In addition to her own show, Afterlife Teacher, Soul Lessons Bringing You Full Circle, Bryn is a popular radio show guest who speaks about her soul expression spiritual regression, her transformative method for finding and following your soul's guidance. For more information on her hypnoregression and afterlife regression certification programs, visit brynblankenship.com.
Welcome to Shanti Mission, a school for the soul. If you're seeking personal transformation, deeper spiritual awareness, sacred music, or the support of a welcoming community, Shanti Mission offers signature workshops and healing programs in a warm and inclusive space, designed for growth and connection. For more information and to access free resources, visit shantimission.org. Together, we can anchor peace.
We're back on Passion of the Soul with Ellena Lieberman, and my guest today is Roni Reisler, who is talking about Mandala of the Soul. And before we continue, Roni just mentioned where these beautiful mandalas can be purchased.
They are available at tiktok.com/@mandala of the soul, or you can email me at Roni, R-O-N-I, at mandalaofthesoul.studio.
And now we're going to present to you the magnificent Abundance and Prosperity Mandala. I'd like you to really look at this for a moment. Look at the beautiful, vivifying details and the total impact. What emotions begin to totally come up for you? And Roni, I'd like you to give the beautiful description of this mandala and describe that. In fact, you mentioned that these are actually handcrafted, if you want to go into that too.
Yes, these are not computer generated and they are not AI. They are done by hand. And each one, prints and personal commissions, are accompanied with a discourse of description and consultation that comes through along with the records and with the mandala.
So go ahead and actually describe what came through for this abundance and prosperity mandala.
Okay. The mandala is filled with many cross-cultural symbols of wealth and prosperity, which suggests that prosperity arrives and is experienced through many paths. Beginning in the center of the mandala, white light shows as it illuminates the energies pouring through. The white roses are symbolic of purity, unity, and new beginnings. Around the roses are diamonds. Traditionally, diamonds are associated with bold wealth and luxury, but also a form of universal currency and durability. They are known for their indestructible quality and preferred clarity. The layers of flowers beyond the diamonds reveal other aspects of prosperity. Peonies are known as a symbol of prosperity in both China and Japan, as well as smaller cultures in Southeast Asia. Peonies, particularly in Japan, represent prosperity with honor. The orchids are well recognized universally and are viewed as costly and rare. They are associated with elegance, luxury, and serenity, and are given as a respectful gift to others. There are orchid buds in the mandala illustrating more blooms and growth. The main figure of the mandala is the goddess Lakshmi, who is known as the goddess of wealth, blessings, and prosperity. She herself is almost covered with gold and coins. She gives her blessings freely with compassion, and she is held as a powerful deity. Gold and wealth pour from her right hand, and her left opens and offers the blessings that are surrounding her. She is also called upon for wisdom, protection of the home, hearth, and beauty. Next to her are the groves of bamboo that are recognizable as the household symbol of good fortune and luck. The bamboo is considered to be strong and durable. It grows and spreads easily and is thought of as a renewable resource. The Chinese medallion, also a mandala of sorts, above the bamboos is called the lu. There are several similar symbols in Chinese, and they have slightly different meanings. The lu particularly holds the energy of prosperity. A shower of bullion-like forms pour from it. The outer shapes of the lotus petals that form the circle of the mandala also hold gold coins. The larger petals are royal purple lined in gold to indicate the estate of fortune, the regal blessings. May this mandala bring to you the powerful prosperity that it symbolizes with the blessings of ease and grace.
Isn't that an amazing description? And you know what? It comes from Roni Reisler working through the Akashic Records and not AI. So it's absolutely beautiful. And let's move on. Let me introduce, before we show it, let me introduce our second mandala. And you may notice how different it is from the first. Do you feel that it's possible to enter a space where you could be completely healed by a very high frequency? What kind of awareness, what kind of consciousness would be able to look in any direction with the potential for healing? So now we'd like to show you number 2 mandala, Healing Hands. And once again, for those who are just listening, Roni will tell you where you can see the Healing Hands mandala.
Healing Hands Mandala is available on tiktok.com/@Mandala of the Soul, or you can email me at Roni at mandalaofthesoul.studio.
I'd like to tell you a story. I'd like to tell you a story about this mandala. I was showing this mandala in a private level 1 class to a healer in Alaska. So we brought up the mandala. Our first process, and I'm going to share what we do in some level 1 classes. We ask a question as part of the process, actually 4 questions. Where is my mind? How does my body feel? What are my emotions doing? And what are my thoughts? And we ask this so you move up to a higher level of self as you begin to elevate and prepare yourself to receive the Akashic Records and all that information. So I was asking this. The healer was already in the Akashic Records, but I brought up this beautiful mandala. And you know what happened? I began to feel the waves of healing, and a deep peace came over me. And so I felt that I was being healed as the facilitator as well as the person who was the participant. Now, another thing that we do, we work with something called grace points. These grace points were discovered by Ed Comney, who was a protege of Mary Parker. So when we look at these healing vibration in hands, we can talk about something advanced. This is called, if we hold up our finger on the right hand, the tip of it is called the perfect pattern. And this is the pattern from your soul, not focusing on being perfect, not having that goal, not being a perfectionist, but your pure soul potential. When we touch that with the tip of the thumb, that's energy from source. It looks like a mudra. You're activating your true potential, which is your totally balanced, healed self from your divine soul. Now, if you touch that into the body clearing point, either in the left hand, or you can touch the same on your right hand, you'll be able to clear your body. And with this mandala, you are reaching deep into a state of healing. So that was absolutely amazing. And how can people purchase or even commission a mandala from you, Roni?
You can email me at Roni, R-O-N-I, at mandalaofthesoul.studio, or go to tiktok.com/@mandalaofthesoul.
Well, are we ready for a break right now? Yes. Well, I'm Ellena Lieberman, and you're listening to Passion of the Soul. When we come back, Roni Reisler will explain to us about this fabulous mandala, the White Rose Mandala, and how to contact your own powerful dimensions through this interdimensional art. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Tired of feeling exhausted as a parent? I would love to help you with a new vision for yourself that is focused on intentional wellness parenting. My name is Aurelie Cormier, and I have over 40 years experience with complex cancer patients. I offer consultations, coaching, and educational programs for parents who want to boost their health and reduce risk of disease, especially cancer. For more information, go to aureliecormier.com.
Are you ready to listen to your soul? Discover the power of pausing and turning in on Our Soul Whisper with Kathy Belmont and Dr. Pat. This sacred show offers a safe space for self-discovery, healing, and soulful transformation. Let your inner voice rise, be heard, and gently guided into expression. Tune in every first and third Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio. Subscribe now so you never miss the whisper meant just for you. Visit OurSoulWhisper.com.
You're thinking your purpose in life? Become a certified hypnotherapist and regressionist today. Bryn Blankenship is a renowned certified master hypnotherapist, international instructor, and author. In addition to her own show, Afterlife Teacher, Soul Lessons Bringing You Full Circle, Bryn is a popular radio show guest who speaks about her soul expression spiritual regression, her transformative method for finding and following your soul's guidance. For more information on her hypnoregression and afterlife regression certification programs, visit brynblankenship.com.
We're back on Passion of the Soul with Ellena Lieberman, and I have Roni Reisler, visionary artist, and we're talking about Mandala of the Soul and how it works and benefits clients. So we're going to go back and give the description that Roni got from the Akashic Records on the Healing Hands mandala that has just been viewed. So go ahead, Roni, and read your beautiful description.
One of the strongest features of the mandala is the luminescent hands surrounding the center of the mandala. The hands can be perceived with palms extending outward to receive and palms upward to lay hands on to heal and create. They circle branches or paths that are entwined and interconnected, blossoming with buds, each holding its own spark of light. These can be paths of many processes, many pieces of knowledge. Around the hands are sources of energy and light to radiate out, to heal. The energies are linked to the purple lotus of healing, the lightning of power in indigenous peoples' beliefs, the golden heart of the Gnostic thought, and the silver heart associated with the moon, which can be the female power. There is present copper, the conductor, water, the conduit and life giver, unfurling leaves for growth and support. All the symbols in the mandala are connected or touching so that a system or network is shown. Perhaps in earthier terms, this would be the heavenly safety net. The colors are earthy yet clear, but still transforming in light. There are tones relating to natural colors and others relating to primary colors, presenting a balanced combination. Interestingly, the center mandala of light is 8-pointed, the number being interpreted differently in different systems, but holding the energy of success and also resembles the infinity symbol.
Thank you, Roni. That was really beautiful. And now we're going to move on to one of the most amazing and wondrous mandalas, the White Rose Mandala. To immerse yourself in your highest potential, many of you have considered meditation. The mandala that we're about to show was commissioned for a client's meditation room and was much larger originally. The point of anchoring and opening many portals and many levels of the soul may start by you contacting your own inner dimensions. How can this blossom and flourish with pure love into one magnificent being? And so we're going to show the White Rose Mandala now. And for those who are just listening, Roni, what is the address on TikTok where they can see the beautiful artisan print of the White Rose Mandala?
It's tiktok.com/@mandala of the soul, or you can email me at Roni, R-O-N-I, at mandalaofthesoul.studio.
Well, now we're looking at this highly detailed and amazing mandala. So go ahead, Roni, and read this very poetic download, if you will, from the Akashic Records, coming from your reception of the Akashic Records.
We begin with the center of the mandala, the point of anchoring and opening of the portal. The white rose was at one time considered to be the favored flower of the goddess Aphrodite. It represented, and may still represent, the beauty and purity of love. The white rose continues to be a symbol and a conduit of pure love, and sometimes is a symbol of idealism. At the center of the mandala is the opening and portal to other dimensions that unfolds as it fills with divine light and expansion. The rose becomes a vessel for the light that moves through the layers of the mandala. Next, moving out from the core of light are the sacred flowers that align with truth. In the construction of the mandala, the flowers were seen before the goddess image was revealed. The flowers are the calla lily, the orchid, the rose, and the stargazer lily. The calla lily is a symbol of life cycles and holiness. It is also associated with goddess energy, purity, and serenity. The orchid is rich in Asian culture tradition and is illustrated in scrolls for prosperity, royalty, and elegance. It represents beauty next to tranquility and richness. The red rose is often connected to the Virgin, as is the white rose, and brings with it passion and personal love. The stargazer lily is a newer symbol. This particular type of lily blooms with its blossoms upward towards the sky, so it has been connected to those who are dreamers and look to the stars. Beside the sacred flowers of the goddess image, the symbol became clearly the goddess Kuan Yin, who is the female counterpart of the Buddha. She is in a state of deep calm and meditation. She floats over the waters that have buoyed her up to ascension, with waves parting to receive her. She is encircled by the sparks and divine light that she radiates. In the next layer, there is a key, powerful symbol of the heart chakra, the anahata. You will notice that the robes of the Kuan Yin bear the same green of the heart chakra. This symbol is offered in energetic hands extending out from the chrysanthemums that radiate from the green ray just above them. Chrysanthemums often are the icons of strong, enduring blossoms. They grow in many climates and conditions. They can also signify peaceful meditation. The outer lotus petals unfolding to open the rim of the mandala portal hold the color of pink that is often also associated with love and is sometimes seen as the edge of the green ray as the love of the heart chakra expands outward. The furthest opening petals are the blue of the akasha and the deeper places of space. The light glows through the centers of the petals to begin the illumination of the entire mandala.
This is an amazing piece, and just looking at it, if you can imagine in a state of meditation, can really be illuminating to your heart and your soul. So let's get ready to take a break, and then we'll be going into a meditation. This is Ellena Lieberman with Passion of the Soul. We're going to take a quick break, and when I return, we will do a powerful meditation with our last mandala.
Tune in to Break Free and Trust, a redesign for living, with me, Jacqueline.
And me, Chris, on Transformation Talk Radio, every second and fourth Monday at 3 p.m.
Learn to connect with your intrinsic power to grow and to heal, and how to laugh at your own humanness and not take life too seriously.
Witness the field of potential that arises when you take personal responsibility and become the divine creator in your own life.
Visit theway-healing.com for more information.
Are you ready to get big and live your life out loud? Tune in to Get Big Out Loud Radio, exploring life through the lens of curiosity and compassion, with me, Carrie Knudsen, joining Dr. Pat live every second Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. I will offer ideas to transform what you are thinking into conscious action. If you want to get big and live your life out loud, visit me at KnudsenSpeaks.com.
If you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or in grief, I'm here to help. I'm Faye Lau, intuitive healer and founder of Faye Inspired Healing. Through soul-guided sessions, I help you reconnect with your body's wisdom and inner truth. Whether you're healing from loss, letting go of pain, or rising into elevated energies, my work combines energy clearing, grief support, and spiritual coaching. Schedule a session or learn more at FayeInspiredHealing.com.
There is more to life than simply surviving or even thriving. There's flourishing. High performance and quantum success coach Beth Larson helps you calibrate and elevate your life. Beth specializes in working with women who want more from their life, more energy, joy, passion, connection, and more meaning. As your coach, she will help you get clear about your life, prioritize what's important, and become a master of your energy. Visit BethLarsonCoaching.com.
On the Spiritual Freedom Show, you will hear the voice of an extraterrestrial master speaking through my teacher, Dr. George King, as it was recorded over 60 years ago. I'm Richard Lawrence, and on this podcast, I bring you the 9 freedoms, which I believe to be the greatest wisdom on earth, with practical ways to give global service and attain enlightenment.
Welcome back. I'm Ellena Lieberman with Passion of the Soul, and our guest this evening is Roni Reisler. If you'd like to contact me for a special listener discount for the first hour of an Akashic Record consultation or attend our Level 1 class, just go to dynamicmanifestation.com/connect. And Roni, would you like to give your information now again, please?
Yes, my mandalas are available right now at tiktok.com/@mandala of the soul, or you can email me at Roni, RONI, at mandalaofthesoul.studio.
Well, are you ready to dive deeper into Source, the source that ignites the flames of healing and illumination? Will you go to the edge of the personality that you're used to let the light of your soul lead the way? Yes, right now, right here on Earth, in human reality. So I'd like to bring up the 4th mandala, the Power Healing Mandala. And first of all, we will be doing a meditation with this one, but I'd like Roni to read the lines before we move into the meditation. So go ahead and read the description of this fascinating mandala.
The light at the center of the mandala is bursting forth like a bud springing open to bloom. Petals of the lotus are peeling back into cleansing flames to clear the way for the next level of energy. Full energetic power moves out into the greater lotus to present the golden flower, sacred and clear. The healing energy reaches beyond the outer edge of the mandala to continue to heal.
So what I'd like to do is leave this beautiful mandala up for everyone to look at. And let's take slow deep breaths, really around the waist and lower abdomen, just relaxing, and allow your consciousness to focus about 6 feet above your head. And there you'll see a light, a pure white light, going in all directions. Following it larger and larger, it will expand into crystal light, where everything seems crystal clear and highly focused, and very pure and innocent. And it is that light that we're going to begin to breathe through the crowns of our heads on top and into the subatomic level of the cells of our heads, deep into the resonance of the subatomic level where spirit is infused into matter through vibration. Breathing that through your head inward and let it expand outward from the front, sides, and back of your head. Dropping the shoulders, the throat is opening and the light pours through, front and back, and on the sides, and down, through the shoulders, the arms and hands. And now that crystalline light is being embraced by your torso and expanding in all directions. I'd like you to focus now on your heart. The outer heart is your emotions, but inside your heart is a sacred golden light. This is the light of deep reverence for your life. It emanates in all directions. It is the inner sanctuary of the heart, where your divine inner presence is flourishing. As this golden light expands, it will form waterfalls of purification, going through all the cells down to the base of the torso and flowing, purifying, clarifying every cell in your body, down through the bottom of your feet and down into the great Mother Earth, to the etheric heart of the earth, which is a ruby center emanating, holding the beautiful radiance of the earth. So let's take a deep breath and return to the inner sanctuary of the heart. Now, looking at the mandala, I'd like you to place this mandala in the sanctuary of your heart, and let's focus on it. The light at the center of the mandala is bursting forth like a bud springing open to bloom. The petals of the lotus are peeling back into cleansing flames to clear the way for the next level of energy. Full energetic power moves out into the greater lotus to present the golden flower, sacred and clear. The healing energy reaches beyond the outer edge of the mandala to continue to heal. Let it heal out and out. Now, when you're ready, let's all come back into the room. And we'll start with the feet. Move your toes and feel the bottom of your feet, your ankles. Feel the calves, the knees, and the thighs. Wiggle them a little bit so we come present. And feel where you're sitting in your chair, and let the energy of the earthly reality come in. Breathe deeply as the core of the body becomes to be activated, and through your shoulders, arms, and hands. And then blink your eyes a few times and feel the energy come up through the head. Remember, you can always go to this place within your heart to activate your healing. I'd like to close with this message. We have so much direction that we give you, but remember, only you can really know what's inside of you. Your underlying eternal quality, your essence, is designed perfectly to fit your soul and all spiritual levels of your existence. Nothing and no one else can have your internal recognition of the depth of your life. To manifest internally and externally the abounding saturated wealth of your personal existence must be cherished by you first. This is taken from the Principles of Dynamic Manifestation as received through the Akashic Records, which is a book that I wrote. Well, thank you, Roni, for your heartfelt love and sharing and your amazing ability that we saw tonight. And Roni, just quickly review your information.
The mandalas can be seen and purchased on tiktok.com/@Mandala of the Soul, or you can write to me, Roni, RONI, at mandalaofthesoul.studio. There is a landing page for a website that will be up there soon, so you cannot reach me through there, but it's there. And I want to thank you so much, Ellena. This was a wonderful opportunity, very enjoyable, and I hope that all receive great blessings and peace and illumination from the program and from what we discussed tonight.
Thank you. I want to thank you so much, and just remind listeners that they can reach me at dynamicmanifestation.com/connect. And I want to thank you all for tuning into Passion of the Soul. And I had a wonderful time, and I hope you did too. Please join me the first and third Thursday of each month at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And next time, on February 19th, our guest will be Karen Ross, hypnotherapist and solution-focused coach. Thank you very much for tuning in this evening. Thank you for being with us today. I'm your host, Ellena Lieberman. Be sure to tune in every first and third Thursday night at 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern on Transformation Talk Radio for more Passion of the Soul, where we connect with brilliant creators, artists, healers, and visionaries who have walked miraculous journeys. Continue the experience at dynamicmanifestation.com. And if today moved you, share the show and like us on social media so others can awaken their authentic potential too. Until next time, listen deeply, trust your innermost wisdom, and live your passion of the soul.